What do you think if Jawaharlal Nehru, who passed away in 1964, is responsible for all the current problems in India? Yes, that is what the ruling BJP in India is saying. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has blamed the Congress and the former Prime Minister Nehru for the ongoing clashes between India and China on the eastern Ladakh border. Prayag Singh Tagore accuses Nehru of insulting India. These are the samples. The BJP is saying that Nehru is directly responsible for all the problems in India. In 2016, a lesson on Nehru was removed from the 8th standard textbook in Rajasthan. It seems that his political opponents don't want to introduce Nehru to the students. Has India really deteriorated? Let's speak. This is MSP. With the end of World War II, colonial rule came to an end, and all enslaved nations began to breathe the air of liberation, after which Asian and African countries lost their democracy. The dictatorship began to rise. As a result, a civil war started and lost its own people. Take Pakistan and Sri Lanka for example. But bringing people who are divided along caste, religion, race, and language under the single democratic umbrella of India is not an easy task. The British instinct was that after liberation, India would lose their democracy, but he carried the crown of thrones on his head as India's first Prime Minister by knowing the challenges in front of him. He is Jawaharlal Nehru. Despite some criticism from time to time on the democratic nature of India, it is still democratic country. The reason is Nehru. He is truly born with silver spoon. Yet, for the policy ambitions he adopted, he spent almost 9 years in prison. He faced a lot of problems for India's freedom. While many were murdering, time chose Nehru as first Prime Minister of India. Today's generation also feels that the decision taken over time was the right one. Some political opponents, including BJP, may have an alternative view, but the world has no hesitation in recognizing Nehru as a historical figure who has made India's mark among the nations of the world. That is why the New York Times published an article praising Nehru as maker of modern India when he died. Gandhi and Nehru believed secularism to be the soul of Indian democracy. In political critics' view, the reason for campaign against Nehru is he didn't allow Hindutva policies. Nehru wanted India to walk historically with the help of science. That is why on Jan 4, 1947, he laid the foundation stone for the construction of India's first national physics laboratory. After that, 17 National Physics Laboratory was constructed. The only reason is Nehru. In 1948, Nehru set up the Baba Atomic Research Center led by the scientist Homi Baba to use nuclear energy as a creative force. He also created two government agencies, the Atomic Energy Commission and the Department of Atomic Energy. The role of these organizations in India's current development is immeasurable. If the Pokhran atomic bomb makes us proud, its predecessor is Nehru. As the first Prime Minister of India, he saw people of India who were hungry and starving. He realized that the first challenge is unemployment. He also introduced a 5-year plan for the development of country. He outlined plans for the development of government, industry, agricultural, investment and manufacturing in the first 5-year plan. Nehru asked India's leading industrialists to set up iron and steel mills, but many have refused because it needs the largest capital. Subsequently, he introduced a mixed economic policy. In addition, plans were drawn up to establish the national highways. He also built shipyards in Visakhapatnam and Goa. Nehru was the reason for maritime transport in India. No one can deny that development is possible only through education. Nehru believed it to be decisive. So he started a number of higher education institutions, including All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Indian Institutes of Technology, Indian Institutes of Management, and national institutes of technology. India gained independence in 1947 in the absence of major development. If such an India is competing with the rest of the world today, Nehru's role is incomparable. Whether India has grown depends on individual values of each. But with the projects he has brought and the academies he has built, India has reached an unavoidable place. Nehru said, if anyone wants to say about me, this man's brain and heart loved India and Indian people, and he got lot of love and happiness from the people in return. Today's technology in India is showing that this is true. If you like our channel, please subscribe and give support. Thank you.